Welcome everyone to tonight's meeting for the Monday, the 10th of February 2025. Can we all stand for the opening affirmation and acknowledgement of country? Councillor Hudson.
We gather to represent the people of Albury who have entrusted us with this task. May our efforts be blessed with insight, wisdom and common sense. May our personal values give us honesty and courage to serve our community effectively and with respect for all.
Thank you. Acknowledgement of country, Councillor Callaghan.
We would like to acknowledge the Wiradjuri people as the traditional custodians of the land that we meet upon today and pay our respects to the elders past, present and future, for they hold the memories, culture, tradition and hopes of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that contribute to our community.
Thank you. CM2, recording and webcasting of meeting. This council meeting is being webcast and recorded. By speaking at the council meeting, you agree to being recorded and webcast. Please ensure that if and when you are speaking at this council meeting, that you are respectful to other people and use appropriate language. Albury City accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this council meeting. An audio recording will be made for administrative purposes. Conflict of interest declarations received by the chair and disclosure of political donations. I have none. Mr. Zachnich.
Thank you, Mayor Mack. No declarations received. Brief advice under disclosure of political donations. The Environmental Planning and Assessment Act requires a person submitting planning applications or submissions regarding a planning application to disclose any reportable political donation and or gifts to any local councillor or employee of the council. Reportable political donations include those of or above $1,000. There are no development applications for consideration in the meeting. Accordingly, the advice there is completed. Thank you.
Thank you. Apologies. There are no apologies. Attendance by councillors at meeting by audio visual link. Thank you, councillors. Councillor King.
I move that council receive, note and accept the attendance of Councillor Glacken and Councillor Cameron via audio visual link for the meeting.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Bullivant.
Happy to second that, Mayor Mack.
Thank you. Happy to put that motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Mayoral minute. There are no mayoral minutes. CM6 action plans. Thanks, councillors. Councillor King.
I move that the following action plans be received and noted. 1, actions complete for noting only. 2, actions awaiting response from external parties. 3, actions in progress. And 4, long-term issues more than 3 months.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan.
Happy to second the recommendation.
Thank you. Any questions or debate? Doesn't appear to be. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. We have confirmation of the minutes of the previous meeting held on Monday, the 9th of December, 2024. Councillors, thanks. Councillor Callaghan.
I'd like to move the recommendation that the minutes of the council meeting held on Monday, the 9th of December, 2024 at 7:07 p.m. be confirmed.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski.
To second that motion, Mayor Mack.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan, did you wish to open debate on that?
No, thank you.
There being no further debate or questions, happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. CM8, reports from community forums. There are none. CM9, notice of motions, rescissions. There are none. CM10, presentations and deputations. There are none. CM11, reports minutes of committees and working parties. CM11.1, minutes of the Sports Albury Advisory Committee meeting held on Wednesday, the 20th of November, 2024. Councillor Callaghan.
I'd like to move the recommendation that council receives, notes and accepts the minutes of the Sports Advisory Committee meeting held on Wednesday, the 20th of November, 2024.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Bukowski.
To second that motion, Mayor Mack.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan, do you wish to speak to that?
Just briefly, just wanting to highlight the Australian Country Junior Basketball Cup as one of our big attractions to Albury, with over 3,000 attendees over the 6 days. It also factors in an estimated economic impact of $3.8 million. And if you were anywhere in Albury, Wodonga, you would have seen a flurry of people in town wearing their basketball jerseys out and about. So it's a welcomed attraction and a welcomed addition to our community, and we hope we secure it for many years to come. The other one, just quickly, was the Margaret Cup Court, won the most outstanding tournament in Australia, and they received their Newcomb medal at Crown Melbourne. So big congratulations. That also attracted a lot of visitors to the community who boost our economic and retail eateries. It's been a wonderful event. So well done to them.
Thank you. Any questions for Councillor Callaghan? Just one question for me, Councillor Callaghan, in relation to I see in the minutes there's a equal amount of sharing of projects from Albury and Wodonga. That is a regular occurrence in those meetings?
It is. There is a representative from Albury and from Wodonga who provide updates on projects and activities.
Thank you. No further debate or questions. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you. Okay, we have the minutes. CM 11.2, the minutes of the Albury Airport Advisory Committee meeting held on Wednesday, the 27th of November, 2024. Councillor Glacken.
Thank you. I'd like to move the recommendation as a motion that Council receives, notes and accepts the minutes of the Albury Airport Advisory Committee meeting held on Wednesday, 27 November 2024. Thank you.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor King.
Happy to second the motion.
Thank you. Councillor Glacken, did you wish to speak to that at all?
Thank you. No.
Okay, happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you. I'm pressing Councillor Glacken's number in the chamber. That was interesting. Okay, 11.3 minutes of the Aboriginal Advisory Committee meeting held on Wednesday, the 27th of November, 2024. Councillor Callaghan.
I'd like to remove the recommendation that Council receives, notes and accepts the minutes of the Aboriginal Advisory Committee held on Wednesday, the 27th of November, 2024.
Thank you. Councillor Bullivant.
Happy to second that, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan, did you wish to speak to that at all?
No, thank you.
Okay, there being no further question or debate, happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. CM 11.4, minutes of the Floodplain Risk Management Committee meeting held on Thursday, the 28th of November, 2024. Thank you, councillors. Councillor Bukowski.
I move that council receives, notes and accepts the minutes of the Floodplain Risk Management Committee meeting held on Thursday, 28 November 2024.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Callaghan.
Read a second.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski, did you wish to speak to that at all?
No, thank you.
Thank you. There appears to be no further question or debate. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you. 11.5 minutes of the Crime Prevention Committee meeting held on Tuesday, the 10th of December, 2024. Councillor Callaghan.
I'd like to move the recommendation that Council receive, notes and accepts the minutes of the Crime Prevention Committee meeting held on Tuesday, the 10th of December, 2024.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski.
Happy to second that motion, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Did you wish to speak to that, Councillor Callaghan?
No, thank you.
Thank you. No further question or debate. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Okay, documents for sealing, 12.1. Thank you. Councillor King.
I'd like to move that Council authorises its seal to be affixed to the documents outlined below in the presence of two signatories authorised to affix the seal pursuant to Regulation 400 of the Local Government General Regulation 2021 and the Council seal and management of legal documents and advice procedure. A, sublease Riverdeck Cafe, Charseb Proprietary Limited to Sharps and Taylors Proprietary Limited, commencing 1 November 2024 to 31 October 2029, file 13/02954, and B, Albury City lease to Albury Tennis Association, 591 Hovell Street, South Albury, commencing 1 January 2025 for 5 years, file 09/01766.
Thank you, Councillor King. Councillor Callaghan.
Happy to second the motion.
Thank you. Councillor King, did you wish to speak to that?
No, happy to put the motion.
Thank you. No further debate or questions. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you. Officers' reports for consideration. 13.1 Acquisition and Disposal Land Policy. Thank you. Councillor Bullivant.
Thank you, Mayor Mac. Move the motion and recommendation that Council A receive and note the draft acquisition and land disposal of land policy. B, place the draft acquisition and disposal of land policy on public exhibition for 28 days. And C, if no submissions are received seeking amendments, the draft acquisition and disposal of land policy be adopted and included in Albury City's public policy register.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski.
Happy to second that motion, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Councillor Bullivant, did you wish to speak to that?
No, thank you, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. There appears to be no questions or debate. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. 13.2 Leasing and Licensing of Council Property Policy. Thank you. Councillor Bukowski.
I move that Council A receive and note the draft leasing and licensing of council property policy. B, place the draft leasing and licensing of council property policy on public exhibition for 28 days. And C, if no submissions are received seeking amendments, the draft leasing and licensing of council property policy be adopted and included on Albury City's public policy register.
Thank you. Councillor Hudson.
Happy to second that, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski, did you wish to speak to that at all?
No, thank you.
There appears no further discussion or debate. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Thank you. We're up to 13.3, which is the Floodplain Risk Management Committee membership. Thanks, councillors. Councillor Bullivant.
Thank you, Mayor Mac. A motion that Council appoint Trevor Jenner and Jacob Brislin as community representatives on the Floodplain Risk Management Committee.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan.
Happy to second the recommendation.
Thank you. Councillor Bullivant, did you wish to speak to that?
No, nothing, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Appears to be no further question or debate. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. 13.4 Chrysler on the Murray, proposed alcohol-free zone and alcohol prohibited area, public exhibition submissions. Councillor Bullivant.
Thank you, Mayor Mac. Move that Council A receive and note the submissions received during the public exhibition of the proposed temporary alcohol-free zone and alcohol prohibited area for the Chrysler on the Murray 3-day event in 2025 and 2026. And B, adopt the establishment of a temporary alcohol-free zone bound by Wodonga Place to the west at Union Bridge, Smollett Street to the north, Townsend Street to the east, and Yurrugong Street to the south, and a temporary alcohol prohibited area in the Riverside precinct, in effect for the period of 5 p.m. on Friday to 9 a.m. on Saturday, and from 5 p.m. on Saturday to 9 a.m. on Sunday, for the next 2 years of the Chrysler on the Murray event expiring on the 27th of September 2026.
Thank you. Councillor Hudson.
Happy to second that, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Councillor Bullivant, did you wish to open debate on that item?
Thank you, Mayor Mac. As we've seen with our consulting with the community, we've had 15 respondents and 13 out of the 15 have been in favour of the alcohol-free zone and 2 against. So overall, it comes up about 86% on the positive of making an alcohol-free zone. And I think that will encourage a lot more families to turn up to the event. It's a world-class event, as we know and we've spoken about before. It's the biggest Chrysler event in the Southern Hemisphere. So we've got to make it really worthwhile and putting things in place to make it a family-friendly environment to get people into town. And as we said before, it brings 3,000 people in the town and quite a few $1 million worth of income for that weekend. So it's a really good thing. And the positive feedback I've had from people within the community is good, because they like to sit there with their families and watch the cars go. So we encourage the people to come and we just make it a little bit more family-friendly. So good job by our staff getting this up over the line.
Thank you. Speaker 4, Councillor King.
I'd like to echo Councillor Bullivant's comments. I've also received similar feedback about how welcoming it is, this event, and that we needed to do everything we could to encourage. Even though this is an unsanctioned event linked to Chrysler's on the Murray, it was certainly something that was valued by our community. And that motto of I guess, red carpet rather than red tape that Albury City wants to try and cultivate. I think whenever we can assist voluntary event organisers, and which the Chrysler Club of Albury-Wodonga certainly fits that bill. I think we certainly need to go out of our way, and council was able to assist in a couple of measures to ease those concerns expressed by New South Wales Police. So with the CCTV trailers and also the temporary alcohol zones, alcohol-free zone and alcohol prohibited area, I think that obviously has been well received by our community. So happy to support the motion.
Thank you, Councillor King, and just to thank you for organising the antique vehicles at the Australia Day. It was well received. Thank you. Councillor Bullivan, did you wish to close debate?
No, nothing at all. Thank you, Mac.
Thank you. Okay, happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Thank you. 14.1, investment balances, December 2024. Thank you, councillors. Councillor Callaghan.
I'd like to move the recommendation that council receive and note the investment balances report for the month of December 2024.
Thank you, Councillor King.
Happy to second the motion.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan, do you wish to speak to that at all?
No, Mayor Mac.
Thank you. Any questions or debate? Doesn't appear to be. Happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. We have no delegates' reports for noting. I have 3 notices of urgent business. Mr. Zachnich, do you wish to speak to one of those things?
Thank you, Mayor Mac. This matter relates to endorsement of the nomination for the chair's position for the Murray-Darling Association Region 1. Under the rules of the MDA, council needs to endorse a nomination by one of its delegates. In this case, Councillor Bukowski is council's delegate to Region 1 MDA and is looking to seek nomination as chair of Region 1. What's required by the MDA is endorsement of the nomination of Councillor Bukowski as chair, and the recommendation is on the screen for councillors' consideration, and a mover and a seconder in the normal way. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank
Mac.
you. Councillor King.
I move that council endorse the nomination of Councillor Bukowski as chair of Region 1 of the Murray-Darling Association.
Thank you. Councillor Callaghan.
Happy to second that motion.
Thank you. Councillor Baker, did you wish to speak for this, or did you want to open debate? Yeah, no worries. Councillor Bukowski, did you wish to speak before we? Just give me a moment. I'll just ask Councillor King. Do you wish to speak to the motion?
Just to say that I'm pleased that Councillor Bukowski has accepted the nomination from a couple of the members of Region 1, and I think it's a great opportunity for Albury to again be a leader in this space. We have had prior councillors, in particular Councillor David Thurley, be quite prominent as chair, and I think if Albury is able to secure that chair position again, I think that's a wonderful continuity in Albury's role as being a regional leader in this space.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski, to speak for your own recommendation.
Yes, just briefly. So if the vote tonight is successful, I am looking forward to working together with the Murray-Darling Association to better understand the environmental, economic and social sustainability of our river, which is obviously one of our most important natural resources.
Thank you. Councillor King, do you wish to close debate?
No, fine.
Okay, on that note, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried. Congratulations, Councillor Bukowski. We also have a notice of business from Councillor Hudson.
Thank you, Mayor Mac. I just wanted to make councillors aware more than anything that on the 1st of February this year, the Albury-Wodonga Park Run event, which is a free 5K community run held every Saturday, exceeded its all-time attendance record. They 422 people walk and ran on that day. The previous attendance record was 379 set back in February of 2017. So it's a pretty significant milestone. There's well over 500 parkrun events around the country as of this month. And I think that attendance record puts Albury well in the top 100, if not the top 50. It's a wonderful event. It was started on the 8th of March in 2014, and since then, nearly 12,000 people have participated in it, completing over 90,000 park runs, which has covered a distance of over 450,000 kilometres, and well over 5,000 people have also volunteered at the event. It's a really lovely community event, getting people out and active and enjoying our beautiful riverside area on the Wagira Trail. It attracts quite a lot of tourism to the town as well. Every week there are people from different parts of the country, or even different parts of the world. So it's a really positive event, and I just thought it was an achievement worth noting.
Thank you, Councillor Hudson. Councillor Callaghan, did you have something to share, or have you already shared?
I have shared.
That's right, you shared. Okay. Just before we finish urgent business, I have an item of urgent business just to brief the councillors in on tomorrow night's or tomorrow afternoon's discussion about Albury-Wodonga Health with the Minister for Health, Marianne Thomas. As you're well aware, it's been well published, and certainly you received advice that we will be meeting with the Minister on Teams tomorrow night at 5:15. Myself, Councillor Goebbels, the Mayor of Wodonga, Mr. Zachnich and Matt Hyde will be in that meeting. The intention of the group is to listen to Minister Thomas's position and get a good understanding of where that leaves us as a community. Clearly, the things you need to know are that there was a request that we cancel the walk on Spring Street. I'll say walk, not a demonstration. At this point, we'll be listening and learning about what will change that mind or change our position. The community have overwhelmingly supported this approach, and the train is all but booked out, and people in the region are talking about this. And unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, it shouldn't have to come to this to get the minister's attention. We have sent letters, we have sent emails, and this is what has got the minister's attention. So in the spirit of cooperation and our council's support, we will see what the minister has to offer, but we are certainly mindful of what our expectations are. So hopefully we can represent you fairly and represent our community with professional and patient listening. Thank you. Councillor Hudson, you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Mag. In terms of the meeting tomorrow with the Minister, if it doesn't transpire that they have made any decision or changed their mind or just continued to not listen to the community, will the walk on Spring Street still go ahead on the 19th?
Well, the answer to that question is a non-answer, to be fair. Depending on the response, the media, including the Board of Mayor, will be brought into that discussion if it's a definitive position. If it's a no, if it's not a negative response, I don't think we have much choice, but that needs to be ratified at the point or at the juncture of the meeting when it finishes. The other point is if there are suggestions of negotiation, again, we have a meeting on Thursday the 13th with the other councils, and we will determine what that negotiation looks like if it's a positive reason to do it. The thing we need to be mindful of is that this is not a stalling opportunity, and that the minister, as I said, in generous terms, is actually working in the spirit of cooperation. If we sense it is all about stalling, that will be determined in that discussion on Thursday afternoon or morning. So we're mindful of the importance for the community to be kept in the loop, hence why I'm speaking to that now. We're also mindful of the delicacy, the delicate nature of this conversation tomorrow will be clearly clarifying and ratifying the position of the government, Victorian government, and ourselves in that discussion. So who knows? We tried various other ways. We wanted to meet face to face. We wanted to include other mayors, but unfortunately the meeting was us and us only. So we'll give it our best shot, won't we, Mr. Zachnich? Any other questions? No? Okay. Right, we'll move on to the next item of business, which is our confidential matters. Councillors, Councillor King.
I move that council move into confidential to discuss items CM 17.1 and CM 17.2, as these are confidential items exclusive of press or public, on the grounds that the matters relate to A, personnel matters concerning particular individuals other than councillors, D, commercial information of a confidential nature that would, if disclosed, prejudice the commercial position of the person who supplied it under the Local Government Act.
Thank you. Councillor Bukowski.
Happy to second that motion.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the room that would make any statements or submissions regarding the reasons as identified for the confidential items 17.1 and CM 17.2? There aren't. I'm happy to put the motion. All those in favour? Anyone against? The motion is carried and we will be going into confidential. Thank you.
Just read that.
The chair asks the council if they wish to proceed with a motion to move into confidential. I thought I did that. The motion to move into confidential now has been carried for our live stream viewers, and we will now say goodbye. You can find the outcome of this confidential session in the meeting minutes, which are published on the Albury City website within 2 business days. Yep. Okay. Let's cross the page.